Alright, is it recording? It's recording. We're on this final panel on page 7. It's not the final panel. And all I've got to do is the speech bubbles, but also to fill in some jungle decor. And we don't have to go nuts on the jungle decor. You can be pretty simplistic about it. But what we're going to try and do, since this page is going to be pretty quickly finished up, is we're going to try and get some roughs for page 8, which I am not 100% sure what I'm going to put on there yet, but I know that basically she's going to use her phasing power to sink into the earth to find out where this antenna is going, and she's going to stumble across the Ape Legion base and also their secret weapons. And to cause some kind of mayhem. I had this vision in my head of creating some kind of guerrilla robots, like a guerrilla robot army. But I haven't done it yet. I haven't got a design yet, but I could probably fake one up. I mean, I'm pretty quick on certain of this stuff, so. So it looks like she's like wandered over through some vegetation and she's looking over the side of it. There's a couple of ways you can make the vegetation. Here I'm kind of just doing leaf shapes. But another way to do it, it just depends on how close you are, is you could just do kind of a scribbly texture. So let's do this scribbly texture behind the can't make it too tight and too regular or too crazy, but you kind of do the scribbly texture, and you know, when you shrink down to print size, it looks okay. It just depends. You got to watch out for things that don't look okay. Like if it isn't looking okay, don't use it. You know. I learned that one from Joe Prado, though. You have a lot of options available to you when you're doing the inking. So it almost looks like there was some vegetation here that was cleared, but then it sort of grew up again. Oh, let's put some superimposing vegetation around the platform here. Maybe some leaves, some grass. You could do a vine or two. I think I even started ahead of vine. Or there could be some leakage. Some kind of fluid used in the construction of this mechanical thing. And then it doesn't always have to be with a white interior. You could just do black lines for grass. That works too. You're being careful to leave at least a halo of open negative space around all the character and any important elements in the panel. And I think we've got it right here for what we want to do. And I know this is all in black and white. In truth, all of comics is black and white. If you see color in a comic, that was added later, usually. Can't think of too many times when it wasn't. And so when you're thinking of your comic, you should always think in 3 colors: black, white, and gray. Black is black, white is white, negative space. Gray is when you have sort of these tightened textures. That's a gray. Now you can also just use a gray tone. You can get a gray toner, or you can use zip tone or something like that. This is my understanding of it right now. Let's put some more scribblies. Everything else can come later. If you want to do color, you can do color, but remember, that's not part of the comic. That's an additional add-on. That's like adding something else to it. I know that a lot of people say, well, I plan for color at the beginning of my build and all of that stuff. And I guess that's a way to do it too. I'm kind of against that myself for a lot of things. I think that things like gradients and using color as part of the art has not always been great. Not always been great. Depending on what it is. But it is modern, so if you're more of a modern, if you weren't born in the 1900s like I was born in the late 1900s. I was born in the late 1900s and I have my 1900 style ways, so that's just what it is. It is what it is. All right. That's that antenna. I can sense. It says can sense. Nope. Wait, that antenna. Always be looking for your mistakes. I can sense the dimensional forces that surround it. Corbeau must be held nearby. Oh, there is an eye over here. It was just in the wrong place. So let's... No, come back. Delete. Eye. Can sense the dimensional forces that surround it. Corbeau must be held nearby. I originally had Corbeau must be being held nearby, and I think that's just too wordy, even if it's possibly correct. I don't know. Let me get back to ink layer again. All right, let's go ahead and do our speech bubbles. Go onto the bubbles layer, technical pen, and then we can get into possibly roughing out page 8. Wouldn't it be cool if I managed to get a page done, another page done before the end of the year? It would be very unexpected for me. I would be up to 132 pages. And really, there's no reason why not. It's the 27th, but there's 31. It's 4 days, so I could get it. I could at least get to the roughs. I could get through the roughs. I had another idea for a comic today. I know I talked about the snow globe idea, which I still want to do. But a couple other things. Pegleg Pete, I found, is in the public domain. Do you know who Pegleg Pete is? He's a Mickey Mouse's arch enemy. And he actually predates Mickey Mouse. And I thought it would be fun to do kind of a funny animal cartoon starring just Pegleg Pete. No Mickey Mouse, just Pegleg Pete. Whoops, there's one of my inking nibs. All right, it's done. You know what we're going to do? We're going to call this done. Let's see what the print size is. So print size, I don't have a comic book in hand reach. I do not. Oh well. Oh well. I think it's about that size as print size. Looking good, looking good, looking good, looking good. All right. Page 8. This is page 7. Here's page 8. You can see I drew some margins. I drew some margins already. And I've got layer 2. Let me get to black there. And I've reduced the opacity to about 1/3 already. And I'm on technical pen. I like to have a nice thick pencil type deal. Let's see. I think that we need to show first of all, let's do 3 layers. we need to show in the first panel aura descending through the I have to. We need to show her diving into the earth. You know, it's just she's gonna. I have to think about how I want to like show her doing that. From behind or so many different ways to show that. How about this? We could actually kind of show the earth. And then we do kind of a foreshortened. Scene if we're going down. It's a little bit too representative, I'm not sure. And then she's like coming through the ceiling in the other room. This is one of those. Not every comic has to. This is like nothing can prepare you for the stupid things you do in comics, because it's like, oh yeah, you have to be able to draw a figure that's phasing through the jungle floor into another room. It's just not a common pose. Get used to drawing from the imagination, I tell you what. Okay, so if we imagine her, she's kind of zoop. And we've already established that she can kind of like make the lower part of her body turn into this sort of energy form. So something like this. And then we could, show the machinery and, all that other stuff. But did I get the transition right? Because here she's just looking at it. Corbeau must be held nearby. She says something like, I think we have to have her like descending through something to get to the bottom. Where she says, I have to find him. He might be in danger. Or to let the reader know, actually, something like, if I just phase through the ground here, I should find... Aha. And we use the ceiling in this room. And we find that she's back underground. And now she's got her, we got to put these mission eyes, right? You went from the wide-eyed wonder, you got the mission eyes, right? So she's on a mission. You lower your lower eyelid, you actually, you have your upper eyelid, your lower eyelid comes up, and then you're like, I'm on a mission. Something like that. So let's put her right through there. Fine, we're in this room, and it's an upshot because we see her coming through the ceiling. And she's not bursting through the ceiling, she's phasing through, so it's... She should give some kind of clue to the reader. I'm using my power to phase through the floor, or something like that, or to phase through. That helps. I know that this seems kind of corny where you're repeating stuff over and over again, but you should repeat it the first few times that you're showing the character use the power so that they're used to it. Oh, crud. And I haven't got her back right. And her butt. Alright, here we go. Let's do the open hand. Something like that. And then she's looking around, but she's got to be sneaky too, so maybe she's... You have the shoulder high. That's how you show you're sneaking. Your shoulders go up. Alright, so we got her shoulder high, and we're going to show maybe she's up against a wall or something. And... I think I need to push her over just a little bit right here. Push her over this way. So she's looking around, and we see that we're out of the jungle again. We're back in the labs. And then we're going to use this whole panel to show the lab, and it should be the biggest panel. We might even move this down and make it an even bigger panel. So it's got to be like a wide shot of the underground lair showing the whole gateway. Stabilizer. This is like in, what is it, Stargate, but it's massive, right? Stargate's really big. And so... I'm wondering if I need to actually grid out this thing, because I might. You put her up front, but we need to show. Yeah, real vanishing point, something like that. All right, let's make this gigantic room. And actually, while we're on the subject, hold on. I'm gonna move this down. Whoa, make it bigger. Make it big. We might even use the whole thing. Let's do a 3-panel page. Nothing wrong with that. As long as your whole thing isn't 3-panel pages, you gotta show development in every page. Like the story has to move along and tell a story in every page, so that when you... So... I think I've talked about this before. It's like a fractal, if you know what a fractal is. Fractal is where the thing repeats itself over and over. If you had broccoli, it looks like, you know... Here, I'll draw some broccoli. Broccoli looks like this. Right? But then if you look really close at the broccoli, you could see that each little piece of broccoli is also the same shape. And it probably gets smaller and smaller and smaller all the way down to the microscopic. I don't know if that's really true, but you can see that the broccoli is made up of little broccolis, right? This is the same way I approach comics. I think that each panel must be a story. And then the page must also tell its own story. And then when you assemble the pages together, you get a story, right? So you have all the pages together. So think of it as this sort of infinitely cut down characters. Oh, by the way, each character must be a story. The character itself is a story. The character designs, everything in it. Maybe I make this wall just a little bit closer. She's no longer going to be talking out loud because that would give her position away. She's going to be thinking, using thought bubbles at this point. We're going to use that point. This is how we set up perspective bubbles. And it is really rough. Like, don't be afraid of getting really rough with your drawings at the rough layer, because that's what it's for. That's what it's for, yo. There we go. All right. My ability to draw a straight line is being challenged. Okay, here we go. I have all the help in the world from the Procreate app, and it's still giving me problems. All right. Hold up. Is this line not... Okay, it's not. Okay, I get it. All right. This is also our dimensional gateway. Now, this is also one of the other things that seems backwards, is if you want to make something seem epic, draw small. If you want to make something seem small, draw large. So I'm going to make this small, and I should make the figures should be like little tiny guys. Like little tiny guys. Little tiny guys all through it. And it's not going to be easy because they're gorillas. Gorillas and chimpanzees. And we've got to make... Now that we know that those are the regular sized guys, these gorilla robots... will seem so much bigger. There we go. Just paste another one, flip them, make them smaller, a little bit further down. Okay, back to the other layer. Yeah, this gorilla right here. We have a hiding place so we can see, in the corner, or is hiding. I don't think I have that gorilla in the right place. Let's make this gorilla a little bit bigger. Put him right over there. And it's gotta be, this hangar is so big that the giant gorilla robots can be head height. They can stand upright. Here, there we go. Maybe there's some boxes. Well, the boxes will also be in perspective, so that's cool. Let's say that this is a box. Hiding over there. And then what's going on over here? So we've got to have something, some dialogue taking place or something there. Maybe we'll have two of the chimpanzee scientists a little bit closer up talking. I want to get the size right. They're a little bit more man-like. Oh, this is kind of Planet of the Apes style, where they're more able to stand upright, but a little bit stooped. This guy will have like a clipboard or something. And they'll be talking about their plans so that she can overhear them, right? So we want to have that going on in this lab. So let's... Be great if I could actually draw a figure again. All right, here we go. All right. Just kind of stooped over a little bit. Doesn't have to be bad. Roddy McDowell style. My problem is I got them directly under these guys, so we need to move them out a little bit. Let's push that whole thing right over here. That makes her... By the way, we can also go kind of extreme with her. Here's a neat trick. Make her real big. And then overlap them a little bit. That's a good idea. Alright. Another... Let's do another gorilla robot. I think I have them as... Paste it. Over here, flip it, make it big. Something like this, just... like that. Alright, and then they have to be... We could take this entire design that we've got, because I know I haven't left much room for dialogue, because I want to have her dialogue. Alright, wait. We're going to make everybody full flavor for a second. Just for a second. Everything's full flavor. Fold it into one. then bring it back down. All right, we're going to take the entire bit, and make it smaller and smaller. We're making it more epic. Make it more epic. Okay. And this really features the ceiling of the lab. Whoops, I was trying to do like some lab lighting using these ovals. It gives us, it reinforces our sense of perspective. Hopefully, I might have to redo them, but as we go, okay, this is the same size as that, and that's obviously smaller, and then this one will be really small. Telling us how far it is down the passageway. And these will get resized, What to do? Maybe distort it a little bit. Alright, I can tell it's going to be a complicated scene. Maybe it won't get done before the end of the year. That's always a possibility. That's the danger. Alright, but this also puts us also in the position of Aura. Like, we can identify with the character of Aura because we're hiding also. We're going to be hiding behind some boxes right with her. Overhearing their plans. And then she's shocked and dismayed. Now because we squeezed it down, we don't have enough room to do a whole thing, but we could do the shocked and dismayed face, right? So this is a 4-panel page. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's fine. That'll work. And her reaction. And with this one, to increase the intimacy, whoops. Instead of going small, we make it big. We do the opposite. We want to make sure that the character sizes are changing in each panel so that we seem to be moving through the cut. How could she hide with a flame head? Well, we'll figure out a way. Maybe this box might be too big because I know I have it in front of that guy. I'm possibly rethinking this particular ape. He's got to be carrying his clipboard. He's talking to the other ape. These are going to be like the scientist apes, so they're more like chimpanzees, and then we're going to have the warrior apes are more like gorillas. I think they've made this circle thing too big. All right. Push it even further down the hall. Okay. Yes, my roughs are very rough. Her eyes are too big. Are we close? All right. Not sure where I'm going with this head. All right, please like, follow, and subscribe. I'm gonna continue working on this. Obviously, it's gonna take some work to get it kind of melded into position. So that we understand what's going on in the story. Mouths and noses have always challenged me, especially female. It's just tougher. I think it's acceptable to make ugly guy characters, but you can't make an ugly girl character. Or unintentionally ugly, anyways. Oh, come on, man. Ridiculously large eyes and mouth. That's not going to help. Get the chin right. Oh, I'm going to have to do the 100 heads challenge again. All right. Please like, follow, subscribe. There'll be more corbeau every day. We're going to figure out what we're doing wrong with his face. And this story, by hook or by crook, will get done. And we'll continue on into the new year. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.